Hi guys, this is Karen. Welcome to another exciting video. Today we're going to dive into an adventure. The adventure is nose contouring tips and tricks. Now this is going to be very informative. It's going to be a bit long, but I tried this technique several times off camera and kind of like the results. So I'm doing it in front of the camera to show you this technique and how to avoid mistakes, and I want to give you some tips along the way. So we're going to start. First of all, I'm going to show you a before and after kind of clip. Before my nose contour and after the nose contour, so you are able to see the differences. So it will be up on the screen, I guess, now. So we'll have the contoured nose versus the not contoured nose. Okay, so let's just start. First of all, you have to have a full face of makeup. Now you can do this step when you're applying your bronzer, but I already did my entire face and I left the nose contour to the end because I thought it made more sense to show it to you when my face is full of makeup, so it won't look weird or anything like that. First of all, we're taking, where are you going? We're going to take a very small brush, a very tight, like a pencil brush. This is from AWB Makeup. This is called the sharpened pencil. And the most important thing is to pick the shade of your bronzer. Now I'm not using a contour. I don't have any contour shades in my collection that are powders. I have only one or two that are similar to contour shades, and they are creams, and I want powders for this technique. So go to your bronzer collection. If you have contour collection, even better, and pick two shades, one which is a bit darker, one which is a bit lighter. I chose two. I chose this one from Physician Formula. This is the Butter Donut bronzer, and my Kylie Cosmetics in 300 Toasty. Okay, I need to show you the colors. This is a bit darker and this is a bit lighter. So these are the two shades that I picked for this demonstration, and we're going to take the darker shade. I'm just taking with my pencil, taking off excess and started to contour. Now I need to do a small V or U at the tip of my nose, and I'm taking a bit additional powder. Now these shades shouldn't be too dark. Okay, we need to see them, but not to the point that they are very bold. So this is why I chose shades that are not very bold. You know what, let's just swatch them so it will be easier for you to see. I picked warm bronzed. You can pick cool, more contoury shades. It all depends what you like and what you have in your collection. So this is the Physician Formula, which is light, and this is the Kylie Cosmetics, which is darker. So these are the shades that I picked. I didn't want to pick something too pigmented. From experience, again, I tried this technique several times, and at the time that I picked a darker shade, it was really funny and wasn't flattering, and I looked funny. That's what I have to say. So we are contouring, V'ing, U, depends on your nose shape. So just like this. And now I'm taking the same shade and I'm going a bit up here to the bridge of my nose, and I am drawing a line. So let's just try and do it like this so you can see. I'm looking at my viewfinder, it's difficult. It's easier to look in the mirror, that's for sure. So I am doing a very thick line across my nose. It has to have a difference between the line and the tip of your nose. So this area here is going to be the area that we are, it's going to be lighter. We're going to give it a shine. So this is where we're contouring with, or bronzing, I don't know how to call it, with the darker shade. Now I'm going to take the lighter shade. Yeah, the lighter shade. And I'm just, with the same brush, but I'm just cleaning it a bit on the back of my hand. Well, not more than a bit. You can see a lot of material came out. So I am cleaning it on the back of my hand until it's relatively clean. I'm taking the lighter shade and I'm going over the same line that I just did with a darker shade and moving upwards in my nose. Now this is a very time-consuming process, so if you're in a hurry, this is not for you. That I can tell you for sure, because it is time-consuming. But it's supposed to be gradual, so here it's supposed to be darker than here. Okay, now we're continuing with the lighter shade and we're contouring with the same brush the sides of our nose. Now this takes some practice. And I am, as you can see, taking my hand and using my face as a place of rest to my hand, so I will be more steady. And I'm just contouring the sides of my nose. When I have a place to rest my hand, it's easier to be more precise. Just like that. And I'm taking the other, taking more of the powder, and on the other side, this is the side that it's difficult for me. So I am resting my hand on my face. You can use a puff to, like, you know, all the makeup artists do, but I don't. Now for this side, at the end, it's easier for me when the hand is up in the air, not resting. So it depends on the side. So this, I'm doing it with my right hand, and this is my right side. So here it's easier for me. If you're left-handed, I guess it's going to be the opposite. So on this side, I'm doing it with my hand up in the air. Here I need to give it some support. I hope that makes sense. Okay. And now we're going to continue with the same brush, same shade, and we're going to go up to our brow. Again, on this side, I am resting my hand on my cheek and I'm bringing it under the brow like this. And on the other side, it's going to be easier for me to put my hand in the air and above the brow to give it some shadow. The whole purpose is to give shadow to the nose. Now my nose looks contoured. Very, very contoured. Okay, with whatever is left on the brush, I'm not adding more. I am just drawing a circle here at the tip of my nose, just, you know, to soften, because there are already lines here and here and here. So I'm just taking the light shade and whatever is left on the brush. I saw some a YouTuber doing this technique, and I've been, I don't know, working on it and trying to perfect it ever since, because I really liked it. Now my nose looked snatched, but I can't go out like this. It looks funny. We need to blend. So I'm taking a blending brush, and now we need to blend, and we need to blend a lot. So I'm just starting here, and we need lots and lots of time and patience, because we need to blend. And sometimes blending is a bit annoying, but if we won't blend, it will look funny, and we don't want it to look funny, right? So I'm blending. And also here, everything I did, I'm blending as much as possible, and I'm taking my time and blending, because otherwise, do you see the patch here? We're going to have this patch all over our nose, and that's not flattering. But we want to blend with the shape that we already created, so we don't want to lose the shape. So I'm not blending, you know, like an eyeshadow. I'm blending in the same places where I applied the powder, just like that. So blending is the name of the game. And now I need to blend here. So I'm blending in the same shape that I applied the powder bronzer. I'm following the shape that I already created and just blending. And I don't like blending, okay, let's be honest. I don't like blending, but here, if I will not blend, it will look funny. Maybe it will look nice on camera, but that's it. It won't look nice in real life, and I'm not, you know, all day in cameras. I'm not delivering the news or anything that I need to be in front of a camera all day. So I really need to blend. And really blend. Okay. When I'm happy with the blending, I'm continuing. Now I'm going to the same brush, and I'm going to repeat the line that crosses the nose with the leftovers that we already have. Well, I don't have anything, so no leftovers. I'm taking a tiny bit from the light shade and just repeating the line that is crossing the nose, just like that. That's it. Nothing too excessive. We blended. We don't want to waste all of that blend, and it's like, why did we blend if we are now going to go over everything just here? Okay, and then we're going back to the same blending brush and blending it away. So I am blending in the same direction that I applied the bronzer across my nose. So I'm blending, blending, blending. Okay, now we need a powder. We need a loose powder. I'm taking, as usual, my Revlon Candid. Just let's take a tiny bit on the lid. We don't need a lot of product. So I'm just taking this, and I'm taking a flat brush, and I'm going to dip it here the brush and add a bit on the tip of our nose where we kind of left a dent. You remember we did the V and then we started here and gradually added the bronzer here. So now I am going to the place where I have no bronzer on and just adding some powder, tiny amount, nothing very excessive. And now taking the same brush, same powder, taking off the excess but not too much. And now I need to contour at the sides of the nose. So if I applied the contour here, I'm going to apply the powder next to it. Now I'm not baking or anything, so we don't need to see too much of the powder. I'm just adding it to the tip of the no, not to the tip, to the sides of my nose. And on the other side I'm going to hold it closer to the end of the brush because it's easier for me. Yeah, it takes practice, I have to be honest with you. First time I did this, it turned out ugly bugly. It was really disgusting and I really hated it. But you know, in time I perfected it. So I'm just adding it to the sides of my nose, adding some light to create a contrast between the nose and the sides of the nose, if that makes sense. And also at the bridge of the nose, like this. Same flat brush, same powder, and here until I'm applying in the until the bone here. We're going to take a brush and take everything off in a second. So it's not baking because I'm not adding a lot of material, a lot of powder, but you can say it's semi-baking because I am leaving it and then I'm going to brush everything. So let's just put the, you know what, I leave it here. I'm just scared that it's going to be everywhere. Okay, let's continue. So I'm taking my big brush and I'm just going over where I applied the powder and just brushing the leftovers of the powder. So the tip of the nose, the sides of the nose, and the bridge of the nose. That's it. Just that. Now I am going back to the same pencil brush with the same, well, not the same, the darker one, the Kylie one. And I am just drawing back this line. I'm re-adding it. Again, this is a long process. And I know that it doesn't look like I'm doing much, and I'm not. Just a tiny bit. Everything has to be really, 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 really tiny. Now I want to add some blush. I'm taking my e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blush in the shade Pinky Promise. I'm taking a tiny bit, because this is very pigmented, on the back of my hand. That's enough, okay? We don't need more than that. We don't. I'm taking a big blush brush and just want to see if there are any leftovers of material. So I'm just taking, oh, I forgot to silence my phone. So let's just silence the phone, and I'm going to take this tiny bit of product that kind of sank into my skin, but I'm dispersing that to the brush just like that, and I'm adding a tiny bit of blush on the tip of my nose. No, on the bridge of my nose, like this. And the leftovers can go to the cheeks, even though I already have blush on. Okay, so we added the brush. I really want to put the powder back because I don't want to have powder all over me, so I'm just putting it back. Now we're taking a highlighter. I have this one, the new one from Revolution. These are the Beam Bright. Mine is in the shade Pink Seduction. Now I bought this from Beauty Bay and I opened the package, I think it was in the last video, and that kind of hid inside the box, and only when I almost threw out the box I found it. Luckily for me, I did not throw it away. I don't like the opening, it's very difficult to open. There is a leverage here, but from some kind of reason it's very difficult to open it. I don't know why. I opened it a minute ago, well, before starting to film. Oh, okay, wow, that was tough. That was tough. Never mind. We're taking this and we're taking a small a small brush, a different brush, not the same brush that we applied the bronzer, but very similar shade. It looks like a pencil, but it's a bit more flimsy, and yeah, it's cleaned. And I'm going to take from that highlighter, again, this is the shade Pink Seduction, a very tiny amount, nothing too excessive. I am tapping the excess on the back of my hand to make sure that I didn't take a lot. And I'm adding it to the bridge of my nose. Yeah, on the bridge of the nose. Again, if you're not comfortable with doing that, I'm taking a bit more. I'm just resting my hand on my cheek, so I will have more control. This is too pink. Maybe... No, I didn't use this highlighter before. I used a different one from Beauty Bay, but I really wanted to try it. And on the tip of the nose, where we applied the powder. Very small amount. Now this is too much. I look like a clown. So I'm taking my sponge, I'm dipping it, and I am adding a tiny bit more. That's enough. If it's too much, you can also take your finger and just spread it. And also take your finger and blend this here. Okay, this is it. We're ready. What do we think? This is the this is the snatched nose, and I think that I definitely needed a different shade of highlighter. This is too pink. This is definitely more of a shade, and I closed it again. Oh, ow! It really hurts opening it. Do let me know if you have it, if you're experiencing the same problem. But let's just add it to the cheeks. Whew. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Maybe I won't, I'm not going to close it all the way because it really hurts opening it. Okay, so this is the final look. This is my nose snatched. Now, I can see that I need a bit more blending here at the sides of my nose. So I'm taking my blending brush and blending some more. The whole idea is that people will not be able to see that you applied a lot of bronzer. Oh, look what happened. I'm bleeding now. Yeah, that's from the highlighter cap. That's annoying. Okay. So I'm just blending a bit more in the same shape that I applied. Now, if you think that the highlighter is too much, it's too beaming, now I'm surrounded with light, so maybe the lights are making this look too strong, but in real life it's hardly seen. And if it is, just take your finger, if you don't like it, take your finger and tap it here, maybe even your index finger. Okay, this is it. Do let me know what you think about this technique. Yeah, it takes a long time. It takes a long time. I don't know how long it took, but it took a very long time. I am assuming like 20 minutes maybe. But as I was also talking and explaining, so usually it takes me about 15 minutes in real life. The blending takes the most. But if you won't blend, it will look like you contoured your nose and it will be funny. So please blend and blend and blend and blend. And I know I don't like blending as well, but we have to. Oh, look at that. It hurts. Okay, I need to put a plaster on it. Okay, that's it. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give the video, well, not with this thumb. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Let me know if you try this technique, if you have other techniques for nose contouring that maybe are faster and I can adopt and I can try and maybe share with you all. So do let me know, write it down in the comment section down below. And what do you think about the nose? Do let me know. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. So I'm waiting to see your comments and read them and respond. I always respond to your messages. So it's warming my heart when you take the time to write something. And if you haven't subscribed, then please do subscribe, hit the notification bell, join my family here on YouTube, and I will catch you all in my next video. Bye.